Emmerdale has revealed the initial suspects in the mysterious storyline surrounding Kim Tate's poisoning. The businesswoman is set to be taken to hospital next week after suddenly becoming unwell during a dinner with the Dingle family. As Kim tries to bring peace between the two sides, it appears that someone else is determined to spark conflict. The question remains, who among her many enemies made the first move? In tonight's episode, Joe Tate instructed his workers to tear down everything at Butlers Farm, even destroying Holly Barton's grave, despite Kim previously assuring Moira that it would remain untouched. Matty Barton was left devastated after finding his sister's memorial ruined, and the Dingles quickly pointed the finger at Kim, assuming it was a revenge act. Lydia stood up for her friend, saying she couldn't believe Kim would do such a thing. However, Mac insisted that Kim could have easily had someone else carry out the task. Chaz then declared that this action meant war against the family. Later on, Kim insisted to Lydia and Matty that she was not responsible, though Matty remained doubtful. They warned her that the truth would come out, and the family would not stop until they found who was behind it. At the same time, Joe pretended he knew nothing about the demolition, but Graham and Ross both suspected he was involved. The Dingles confronted him, but Graham shifted the blame onto the workers and promised to fix the situation. When the family refused to back down, Joe revealed that Lydia was due to inherit Home Farm. In response, the Dingles chose to invite Kim for a meal at Wishingwell Cottage in an attempt to ease tensions. Later, Chas expressed frustration about making peace with the Tates, but Caleb pointed out that Lydia could eventually sell Home Farm and divide the money among the family. When Chas suggested that Kim might alter her will again before passing away, Caleb hinted that something unfortunate could happen sooner. Although they later told Cain they were only joking, it raises the question of whether they might actually follow through with the idea. Emmerdale sees Jacob take a stand against Dr. Todd after witnessing shocking behaviour. Is Jacob Gallagher about to gain the proof he needs to finally expose his intimidating boss? Jacob continues to struggle under the pressure of his mentor, Dr. Todd, who seems determined to make his life unbearable. She constantly talks down to him, questions his abilities, and overloads him with demanding research tasks that must be completed in an unrealistic time frame. The strain is beginning to take its toll on his personal life, putting his relationship under pressure while pushing him close to breaking point. He feels like he can't endure much more. However, things may be about to change, as fate presents him with a crucial opportunity to turn the situation around. Everything shifts when Jacob witnesses Dr. Todd roughly handling and yelling at a patient. In that moment, her professional image cracks, allowing Jacob to see her true nature and realize he now has solid proof of her misconduct. Up until now, finding evidence has been difficult, especially since others, including Manpreet Sharma, believe she can do no wrong. Now, Jacob finally has the chance to expose her behavior and bring her down. The dilemma, however, is what he should do next. If he reports her, he risks jeopardizing his entire medical career. If he stays silent, he would be ignoring serious wrongdoing. Choosing to stand up for what's right, Jacob decides to act, even if it means putting his future at risk. But Dr. Todd is far from powerless. With years of experience, strong support from colleagues, and a sharp, cutting attitude that could make things even harder for him. Emmerdale aired Tracy Robinson's departure scenes tonight as she set off to begin a new chapter away from the village. After agreeing to an unexpected job opportunity from Cara Robinson, Tracy said her farewells to those close to her and left with her daughter Frankie by her side. The touching moments signalled the start of Amy Walsh's maternity break in real life, as she and her husband, Toby Alexander Smith, recently welcomed their second daughter. In the episode, Tracy was seen finishing the last of her packing, while Vanessa looked on, clearly upset. Tracy shared that painful memories in the village had been weighing on her, and she felt the need to step away for some time. Vanessa admitted she understood the decision and hoped things would go well, though she couldn't help wishing Tracy wasn't leaving. Later, as Tracy stood outside with her belongings, Eric came over to say his goodbyes and wish her luck in the future. Tracy commented that he seemed more concerned than Cain and questioned why Frankie's grandfather hadn't shown up. At that moment, Cain and the rest of the family were caught up in another confrontation with the Tates, following the destruction of Holly Barton's memorial. When Cain eventually arrived to see them off, he was crushed to learn they had already left. However, Belle later updated Tracy on the situation, prompting her to wait so Cain and Frankie could share a proper farewell. During their emotional goodbye, Cain reassured Tracy that she was making the right choice and said that Nate would have been proud of her. He also promised to visit them at their new place once he had recovered from an upcoming operation. They shared a heartfelt embrace before Tracy and Frankie finally left the village. Emmerdale showed Tracy Robinson's departure scenes as she prepared to begin a new life away from the village. After agreeing to an unexpected job opportunity from Cara Robinson, Tracy said her goodbyes to those closest to her and left alongside her daughter Frankie. The heartfelt moments also signaled the start of Amy Walsh's maternity break in real life, as she and her husband, Toby Alexander Smith, recently welcomed their second child. In the episode, Tracy was seen finishing her packing while Vanessa watched, clearly upset by the situation. Tracy revealed that painful memories in the village had been haunting her, and she felt the need to leave for a while. Vanessa admitted she understood the decision and wished her well, although she couldn't hide that she wanted her to stay. Later, as Tracy stood outside with her boxes, Eric came over to say goodbye and wished her the best for the future. Tracy pointed out that he seemed more concerned than Cain and questioned where Frankie's grandfather was. At the same time, Cain and the rest of the family were busy dealing with another clash involving the Tates, following the destruction of Holly Barton's memorial. When Cain eventually arrived to say goodbye, he was devastated to find that Tracy and Frankie had already gone. However, Belle later informed Tracy about what had happened, prompting her to wait so Cain could have a proper farewell with them. During their emotional moment, Cain reassured Tracy that she was making the right decision and said that Nate would have been proud of her. He also promised to visit them at their new home after recovering from an upcoming operation. They shared a tearful embrace before Tracy and Frankie finally left the village for good. Emmerdale sees Joe face the consequences after committing one of his most shocking actions yet. Joe Tate has once again shown a ruthless side by arranging for Holly Barton's memorial to be destroyed. Emmerdale airs on weekday evenings at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available for streaming on ITVX and YouTube.